Welcome, listeners, to the next Rev Tony Says Deep Dive. We are so excited to bring you episode 8. Rev Tony has been studying these lessons daily for over 40 years, and he's sharing his insights one deep dive at a time for every single lesson in the workbook. Now, this whole series is grounded in the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles, and it's also part of Rev Tony's doctoral thesis. See, he had this incredible realization that transformation is in fact a science, a physics, and this series is all about exploring that. Today, we're jumping into lesson 8. My mind is preoccupied with past thought. So, before we really get into it, let's start with today's mantra, our intention. Just take this in for a moment. I am willing to see past my past. This is more than just a nice thought. It's the key that unlocks this entire lesson. It's our commitment to a totally new way of seeing things. Okay, so let's dive into the first big idea here, the illusion of seeing. Lesson 8 comes right out of the gate and challenges something we all take for granted, that we're actually seeing the world as it is. But what if we're not? The Course suggests what we call seeing is really more like watching a movie of our own past that we're projecting onto everything and everyone around us. And the Course doesn't mince words about this. It says, no one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. I mean, just think about how absolute that statement is. It's not that we sometimes see our past thoughts, it's that we only see them. Every single judgment, every reaction, every feeling is coming from a past that isn't even here anymore. Wow. So that naturally leads to a huge question, right? If all we're ever seeing is the past, what on earth are we missing? What's happening in the present moment that's being completely covered up by all that static from yesterday? To really get that, we have to look under the hood a little bit at the metaphysics, the mechanics of how this all works according to the Course. Let's really break down what it means by past thoughts and why they feel so real, why they seem to have such a tight grip on us. And here it is, the heart of the problem. The Course tells us your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. Our minds are just so busy, right? Constantly replaying, rehashing, and analyzing stuff that's already over. And because of that, we literally cannot perceive the only moment that is actually real right now. As Rev Tony says, this is the central block to any true understanding. We're looking for reality in a place it can never, ever be. So what is this present moment we keep missing? According to the Course, it's everything. It's the single point of creation, the only place where we can make a new decision, and the only point of connection with what's actually true. It's this space that is totally free from the weight of the past and all the anxiety about the future. This chart really lays out the choice we're making in every moment. On one side, you've got a mind stuck on past thoughts, which the Course calls a blank mind, because think about it, the past isn't actually here, it's nothing. But on the other side, you have a mind that's present, and that presence is what opens the door to what the Course calls true vision. Rev Tony says just recognizing this difference, that thinking about the past is literally thinking about nothing, is the very first step. Okay, this all sounds pretty profound, but how do we actually do it? The Course is great because it never just leaves you with a concept. It gives you a practical tool. And Lesson 8 has a very specific exercise to help us train our minds to notice these old thoughts and start clearing the way for a whole new kind of perception. The exercise itself is actually pretty simple, but it is so powerful. You start by closing your eyes and just admitting that what you see with them is already filtered through the past. Then, for about a minute, you just watch your thoughts. You don't judge them, you don't chase them, you just note them. You gently label them, like, I seem to be thinking about work, or I seem to be thinking about what she said. The whole key is to not get hooked. And then you wrap it up by stating the lesson's main idea. It's basically practice for becoming a neutral observer of your own mind. And the lesson recommends doing this 3 to 5 times a day. You know, it's like building any other muscle. That consistency is what starts to train your mind to catch itself getting pulled into the past so you can choose the present instead. Now, this is where things get really interesting. This isn't just a spiritual or psychological idea anymore. Modern science, especially in fields like quantum physics, is starting to sound a lot like A Course in Miracles. What if this mental exercise isn't just a nice way to relax, but is actually tapping into the fundamental nature of reality itself? This is the core of Rev Tony's thesis we mentioned earlier. He says transformation is in fact a science, a physics. The idea here is that changing your mind isn't just some internal private thing. It's a process that has real measurable effects on the world. The principles in the Course might actually be mirroring laws of the universe that science is just beginning to discover. Take, for example, the work of Dr. Robert Lanza and his theory of biocentrism. It basically suggests that consciousness isn't just some random byproduct of the universe, it's fundamental to the universe. From this perspective, there is no fixed, objective reality out there without a conscious mind to observe it. Sound familiar? It's a scientific parallel to the Course's idea that we see our thoughts projected outward. And here's a powerful quote from Jesus, My Autobiography, that brings it all together. Begin to see the physical as a consequence of the non-physical. It is not objective in and of itself. It arises from what you believe in. If our minds are filled with old, past thoughts, then guess what? The world we see will be a perfect reflection of that past. So the takeaway here is incredibly simple, but absolutely world-changing. The mind is the cause, the world is the effect. Rev Tony says this is the fundamental law of the science of mind. So when we practice Lesson 8, we aren't just calming down a bit, we're actually intervening at the level of cause to literally change the world we experience. So what does this all mean for you, for your life? It means this little exercise from Lesson 8 is an incredibly powerful tool for transformation. It's an invitation to stop feeling like a victim of a world that's just happening to you and to start taking real responsibility for the world that is being projected from you. And that brings us right back to where we started, with our intention. I am willing to see past my past. But now it's not just a hopeful little phrase, is it? It's a declaration. It's a statement of your active role in creating your experience, a commitment to pull your focus away from illusion and place it firmly on what's real. Exploring these ideas really can open up so many new doors. Keep your radio dials tuned to the Course AI because we're going to keep diving deep. And please, join us next time as we explore Lesson 9. And hey, if you want to go even deeper, come join our community over at thecourse.ai. It's an AI-enhanced platform for studying ACIM with all of these deep dives, special trainings, live Zoom gatherings with Rev Tony, and just an amazing, dynamic community of fellow students. We'd love to see you there. We'll leave you with this final thought from Rev Tony. There will always be more deep dives because the truth is one, but the ways to express the one are infinite. You should know, you are one of the specifically unique expressions. Just let that sink in. Thank you for listening.